Hey guys, a very good morning, and yeah, a nice day so far here on the markets. Starting off with EURUSD. EURUSD reacted to that area of demand which we mentioned yesterday. As you can clearly see, this area of demand pushed price back upwards after that massive overextended move in towards the downside. So obviously looking for some further upside continuation, you could have taken a 15-minute long over here inside of demand and you would have put that to break even, trading the potential pullback back in towards the upside. So that's pretty much that for EURUSD. For the rest, nothing really special. Obviously just looking to trade this a little bit higher still. Maybe we'll kind of react to this area of support and resistance, see kind of like an initial move down, and then maybe one more bigger push up back up in towards supply. Or if the overall momentum on the bearish side is just extremely high, we could also just already react kind of like to this candle and just continue down lower. So what I would advise to do is just check out the 15-minute time frame and keep an eye over there. As you can see, we had kind of like a downtrend, and the downtrend now shifted in towards an uptrend after we broke this high over here. So see if we kind of maintain this, let's say, overall uptrend or mini uptrend at the moment. Maybe we're going to see a deeper pullback still today. We could still just react to lower demand or to the demand zone over here, and then see if the market just continues up higher, and then trade with the overall momentum of highs being broken, and then you can just take a long from every single area of demand that is then created until we kind of pass this zone. Then we're definitely going to hit that 4-hour area of supply, or maybe price is going to stall kind of like inside this choppy price action which we had over here. But that is my advice for EURUSD. Now looking at the dollar index, so the dollar index obviously is still inside of this old supply zone, but this old supply zone doesn't really mean too much. Obviously what we're looking at is a bullish break of structure over here on the internal side of things. So we had that bearish momentum in towards the downside. We've now broken that, and we're now looking for further upside continuation. Obviously this is kind of like a support and resistance level, hence why we're now seeing a bullish reaction, but it would make more sense for the dollar index to fall down a little bit lower, at least in towards, for example, this imbalanced candle over here. So that is a dollar index for you. Definitely looking for upside momentum still, but we need to see like some really convincing moves happen, and not necessarily just one bullish candle from this area of support and resistance. Now moving on in towards AUDUSD. So AUDUSD obviously liquidated the low of this range, so this low got liquidated, and since then we've been pushing back up higher. So for now, we're kind of reacting this 4-hour wick over here, but I would still preferably want to see a little bit more of a push in towards the upside. Go in towards the 15. There's no real clear, let's say, internal trend shift over here with the price action. But what I would be looking at is mainly, and let me just highlight it, is mainly the internal trend which is now forming. So impulse up, break. So this is now your low. This was your low. This is now pretty much the high over here, and we're now reacting to some areas of demand which were formed over here. So let's see if this overall bullish momentum can continue further upwards. What I'll be looking for is that if we can break this high over here, then I'll be looking to get into a long, because then for me the bullish trend or the bullish internal trend is then more confirmed than it is now. Going into pound dollar, GBPUSD. Yeah, pound dollar pushed down lower. Overall price is just a little bit rangy and stalling. Pound dollar is a little bit more bearish in my opinion. Over here we had the bearish change of character or continuation of the character. We had a bullish change in character, and then another one over here, and now we've broken the low which broke this high, meaning that we're now bearish. So what I'm now looking for is a strong 4-hour bearish candle close. Then this will be your supply zone, and then I'll be looking for something like this. So keeping my eyes open for potential further shorts on pound dollar to definitely grab the liquidity which is underneath all of these lows over here. So a lot of liquidity open still, so definitely looking for further downside from pound dollar. Moving on in towards Kiwi Dollar. So Kiwi Dollar looks a little bit better than, for example, pound dollar. Inside demand, we saw perfect reaction. Now just looking to see if we can continue the trend by breaking again this high over here. So go into the 15. And then very similar to Aussie dollar, just keep an eye open if we're going to break this high again, and then just trade the overall bullish trend at least back up in towards this supply zone. That would make a lot of sense going in towards the 4 hour again. Obviously, it does make more sense for a push up higher. Why? Because the overall momentum is much more on the side of Kiwi dollar in towards the upside, in the sense that this is just one impulse up, this is the correction. But keep in mind, same with pound dollar, we still have these two lows open where liquidity lies under, so it would make sense to take out those lows first and move in towards this area of demand. But before looking for those shorts, preferably you kind of want to see this high taken out, then the lows taken out, and then boom, 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 like this. So a new supply zone formed over there, going towards the 15. That would also be nicer, because then you kind of have like the push up. This then becomes a low, and then boom, boom, like this. So keeping an eye on that for Kiwi dollar. Last of all, gold. Gold is reacting very nicely to our supply zone number 1. So this supply zone is currently suppressing price. Go into the 15. What do we see there? So from a 15-minute perspective, we then look, where is supply? Supply was definitely over here inside of these two imbalance candles. Use the 50% body candle if you want. Then what do we see? We come in towards supply, and then we start seeing bearish momentum. So for example, and obviously we don't trade Asia session, but for example, over here, this is then a perfect example of supply created, pushing towards supply continuation. Now we have kind of like this supply zone open, but you can see it's already getting a little bit more choppy, because we already, for example, took out this low over here. So let's see maybe a little bit more of a push up, and then I want to see some bearish confirmation before taking any short at all. So some potential shorts there on gold, but first of all, really need to see momentum shift. If we look at the 1 hour, you can also see that we broke this fractal low, but then again we broke a fractal over here. So now we broke the fractal high, so it would make sense, for example, to push at least back in towards here on the 1 hour time frame. And then from there, maybe like continuation in towards downside, or if let's say we break it, we could still move up higher in towards this higher area of supply. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day, and speak soon.